This is Sky Square from actual question fire mission danger close. Include square. Shortly, Bravo function.
What's up, Third ID? This is your Staff Sergeant Jay Johnson, female type. I'm no longer the Phoenix Squad Leader. I'm now the Platoon Readiness NCO for 1st Platoon Widowmakers Alpha Company Battle Board. Wait, it's not Battle Boys, is it? War Eagles. Battle Boys is our battalion. I almost slipped up a little bit. You almost got me major, but not this time. And I have a special guest here today, a Mr. Introduce yourself.
First Lieutenant Simmons.
How you doing, First Lieutenant?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Getting a little jet lag, but I'll walk it off.
Of course, of course.
For all the people that out there who don't know what you do, I'll tell them what you do.
Well, I am the first platoon leader from Widowmakers. I pretty much lead the platoon from the front, as us officers say. But I also have the help from my good old trusty advisor, Sergeant First Class Hardy. So that's what I do.
So I'm gonna ask, who dies more during operations?
I say Sergeant First Class Hardy do.
I don't know. I do see Sergeant First Class run straight into fire, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, he gets the job done.
Well, sometimes it's me, because I remember one operation I ran straight into an IED and didn't even see it, so it happens.
It happens from time to time, but that's what medics are for. We gotta keep them on their toes, keep them trained.
Exactly.
So, as you all know, we're, what do you think, about halfway through Operation Red Leopard?
Yes, we are halfway through it. I think it's a couple of more missions, and then we should be done. Unfortunately, we're on a 2-week R&R, so get our guys back up and trained and refresh their memories, and get them back out there.
So, do you know the exact dates that the R&R is on in case the podcast gets aired late?
So the R&R started this Sunday that just passed, and it's supposed to end the next Sunday, which is coming up this weekend. So
February the 12th to February the 26th, correct?
yeah, yes,
Oh, or is it to February the 19th?
the 19th, I believe.
Okay, so February the 12th to February 19th, those 2 days we're doing R&R. So would that be FTXs for those 2 days?
So yes, there will be FTXs those days. It's just we won't be doing strictly operation on Brahmia. So it's pretty much choose a map, do your training on that map, and kind of stay away from a Brahmia to get a not a repetitive feeling, but a refreshing feeling of a different map or whatever. So
Sounds like a good idea to me.
yeah,
I was getting a little cold on that map. Too much snow. I don't like snow.
yes, that was my first time seeing snow. I never seen snow on the map before, so that was something new.
Well, I can attest that our camouflage doesn't work with snow because I felt what's the word? There's not a word I can think of. The hate from them transported through lead through the air into my body. I got shot.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot when you have rebels trying to kill you and shoot you from a distance. So
So, are there any key factors as of note that we accomplished within the last couple operations?
so we obtained a file that said that which is being decoded by higher ups right now. It's I can't really say, but the past operation that we did, we were assisting the CSC forces at a southwest army base they was trying to occupy, I guess. Turns out that the CAC actually turned on us. So we had to pretty much, you know, distinguish friend from foe. It was pretty much a green on blue action. It was pretty much friendly forces firing on blue forces, and we had to assess the situation, call out targets, and neutralize the threats. But we was very successful on it. We managed to pull out that base and secure it, and pretty much show our muscles up to the CC forces that we're not to be messed with. So we did get it.
Okay, I'm actually kind of upset that I missed the last operation. This was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was fun. I actually had a scenario when I was actually right beside a CC soldier, and he literally just turned around and shot me. But he didn't hit me. That was the thing. He shot the other soldier that was right behind me. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Well,
bad aim.
you with your matrix-like reflexes.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Did you learn that in expert infantry school?
uh, yeah, yeah,
Wait, so that's what they teach you how to do at at OCS.
yeah. Pretty much, just duck and dodge. Some enemies want to hurt you. Just
The
try to,
five Ds. You know
yeah,
the five Ds? Well, look it up. Google it.
pretty
But
much.
moving on to our next topic, we have a bunch of promotions. As everyone knows, every month we have an entire like smorgasbord of promotions from private second class, private first class, specialists, and so on and so on. I really wish I could give everybody the time to get to talk about their ranks or whatever, but I don't have that much time, so I'm going to talk about the main ones that we have more or less if they got promoted to an E6 or higher. And the first, I want to start at the bottom. First, we're going to talk about is Staff Sergeant Hermanson and Staff Sergeant Lunsford were both promoted to Sergeant First Class. Now, I've been working hand in hand with Hermanson, well, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant First Class Hermanson now. Man, I just messed all that up. I've been working hand in hand with him for probably 6 months or so when we were squad leaders. I was Reaper squad leader and he was Roughneck squad leader. And Major LaFlash at ceremony let it slip once. He said, and I'm going to hold you accountable for this because even though it didn't get all the way out, I'm still counting it. He said Staff Sergeant Hermanson and Staff Sergeant Johnson were the two best squads in the unit, but it didn't get all the way out, so he retracted it super fast because it was going to start this. But I heard it. I don't know if you were there for that, LT. Did you hear it?
What about the promotion to Sergeant Class for Hermanson?
About how Major LaFlash said that me and Hermanson ran the two best squads in the unit.
I don't think he said that, but
He totally said it. He got halfway through the sentence and pulled back at the last second. I have a video. I have the audio recording for that. Don't take this away from me.
I don't think he said that. But if he say he did, then well, I'll let that slide. He probably did.
He probably he wouldn't think about it. But anyway, that's the last I'm gonna say of it. I don't even mention it that much, but now it's coming back. But anyway, I've worked with Staff Sergeant Herman for the longest time. He's a great soldier, great leader. I'm proud to see him in that position. Same thing with Staff Sergeant Lunsford. I haven't really talked to him all that much since he's been back, but he put his stripes into the unit. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to Bravo Company. What about you, LT?
Yeah, both Lunsford. I don't really know Lunsford that well. But Sergeant Hermanson, he seems real rounded. He's I call him a professional talker. He talks really well, and when he wants to execute, a mission or something or a training that he wants to do with his squads, he does it, and that's what we need more Hermansons in the unit to be out there and to be willing to train their squads and whatnot. So well
I
deserved,
couldn't agree more.
well deserved for both.
And we have the newest warrant officer candidate Jay Marston was just promoted to warrant officer one. So congratulations to him. I don't think I've ever seen him crash, and he always is professional when he's flying any kind of bird around. So I'm excited to see more flights, more successful CAS runs, and everything. Seeing what's going to happen with him.
Yeah, he is one of the good pilots out there that I've seen. He's very professional. His airframe. So, if you are too loud in his airframe, he will let you know, hey, you are too loud. I'm trying to get in contact with my commander or whatever. So, he's very professional.
I agree. I couldn't agree more with that because I see him almost every time. I think he's always my pilot. It's either him or Horner sometimes. One officer candidate Horner. Is he a one officer one or one officer candidate?
I think he's still a candidate.
Candidate. Okay, because I don't want to mess it up because I messed up one of the ranks one time and I couldn't live that one down. They still wouldn't live it down.
Oh, that's okay. You always see it in the future, so you promote them early. So it doesn't hurt.
Okay, that sounds good. And we're done with the enlisted side of things. Now we're going to go on to the newest commission. Sergeant First Class Lipnitz was just commissioned into officer candidate. He's an OCS. He's working on getting that butter bar slapped on his chest. I've been talking to him. Actually, he was a podcast guest 2 months ago in December, and he's a really grounded guy. I love talking to him. I love all the Lipnitzes, and I can't pick a favorite because I love them all equally. And he brings a lot to the unit. When I was informed that he got commissioned, I couldn't have been more happy for anyone else to get it. So I'm extremely excited to see what he's going to bring to the land of insurgency.
Yeah. My advice to him as being OCS is, just because you are officer, don't mean to, slack off. Um, I know a lot of people tend to do that once they get that rank and kind of slack off a little bit, but you still got to lead from the front. So you're still that infantry, but you just an infantry officer, just pretty much, delegating your movements to your squads and what your platoon want to do. So, just stay on that and you'll be just fine.
How did you know my plan? I was totally going to get an officer and just slack off. That was my plan. Oh, okay. Well, else you got to ruin my plans once again. All right. So, and we have the retirements that we're going to bring up. The one I want to talk about is First Lieutenant McGuffey is retiring. He has actually, I don't want to get anything wrong, so I'm going to pull up his information so he's not going to come back and say, oh, well, I was in for 15 years or something and I retired 4 times. So you got to count those extra things in.
No doubt. Sure do.
Exactly. So Lieutenant McGuffey, first on the unit, May 14th, 2015, and he officially retired from the unit on February 5th, 2017. He served 1 year, 8 months, well, 1 year, 8 months rather, in the unit. I remember when he was just a staff. I think I enlisted when he was a staff sergeant. And no, he was a sergeant. He was a base level, just regular E5 sergeant. And he came to my battle drill the first time I ever met him, and the first thing I heard from people talking about him was, "Oh, he's an actual captain in the military, and he is infantry. He does battle drills and everything else." So he came to armor side, and we're thinking, okay, ABG guy, whatever. This man knows what he's talking about. I was thoroughly impressed by everything he was talking about, and to this day, he still holds the record for the best man behind the rank story out of everyone. He won the year of 2016, and I'm waiting to see who's going to win 2017. But I'm going to miss him. He's a great guy. Probably one of my best. Hell, he was in PAO and FIG. I just completely indisposable guy in PAO. Just does everything perfectly. He has an eye for perfection, speaking properly, which he can do. But I'm going to miss you. Good luck on the other side. Hope you come back and see us every now and then.
Yes. Hope you do.
And now the next man, I don't really have too much experience with, but Lieutenant Simmons does. Captain Neto.
So Captain Neto, he was a phenomenal leader. He enlisted in 2011 of June, and he officially retired the 10th of this month, 2017. He was assigned HAC commander. He was mostly APG. He was pretty much leading them guys over there, and then I guess time kind of consuming and also college, so they moved him up to HAC. But other than that, he was a good leader. Like he was one of those guys that was no matter the time he was there to even play. Like I looked on his files and his record and saw missions that he made that I couldn't make because obviously I was probably deployed or so. But he was there. Even though he's HAC commander, he was there to every mission, and I applaud him for that. He was a good soldier.
When we to Captain Neto, I met him twice, and when he came into the channel, I heard Captain, blah, 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 blah. I didn't hear his voice because there was a bunch of things talking about her, Captain. And I thought, that's Captain Cantu. So I say, hey, Captain, what's up, Captain Cantu? And he responds, I'm not Captain Cantu. I'm like, oh, damn, what did I do? Did I mess up?
Yeah, Captain Nettles is very soft spoken, and I mean he is very soft spoken. So, you know, Captain Cantu, he's more of a the fast paced speaker, and Captain Nettles is more of a soft spoken kind of mild talker. He's not with the speed, but yeah, I don't know how you got those two mixed up, but
Well, back then, I only thought there was one captain in the entire unit.
uh,
So,
yeah,
and
I can see that miss. Yeah.
I always thought Captain Edo would stick to his office or just do things from the back, kind of like Captain Erickson does. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mixed it up a couple times, and I think I've only talked to him twice since I've been in the unit. But I actually wish I could have seen him in his heyday because he must have been a great guy.
Oh, he was. He really was. Back when Third Eye Days were just two platoons. There was no, eight platoons or six platoons. It was just or four. How many platoons we have in this company? Four? Four. Yeah,
We
four.
have four.
Yeah,
Oh
four.
no,
So
we have four in the battalion. We have two in a company.
okay, so that yeah, four battalion, two in the company. So when it was just straight, just two, it was an armor and a APG one. That he was pretty much leading those guys from the front, and that's back when Captain Erickson was Lieutenant Erickson, and um, I think Corporal Hine was Sergeant First Class Hine, and it was a long time ago, but he
What
was
was
pretty
you?
much. I was I wouldn't say warrant officer or private. It was one of them. I think I was a warrant officer.
You're not getting that old that you're forgetting your service record.
I was. Yeah, I am getting old. I think I was a warrant officer, and that's when they opened up the first aviation detachment, and I was one of those lucky few to get in that detachment.
Okay. Oh, when was that? You how long have you been in the unit? About 4 years now.
I have been in the unit for quite some time. So 4 years, it'll be 5 years coming up May. Um, been first lieutenant for about I want to say
Two.
2 years. Yeah, 2 years now. So I've been here for a while. I've
Just
been
a
there.
little while.
Yeah,
Just a little bit. I mean, I almost got you beat. Just drop those years
almost,
and I'll have you beat.
almost.
Yeah, drop about 3 years and I'm almost caught up to you.
Not if my time stay here. If I just keep on pushing it, then you'll have a while to catch up with me.
Yeah, one day, you never know. I'll be sitting right next to you. And you'll be
Yeah,
like, how'd this happen? And I'm just look at you and go, you slacking.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
But anyway, anyway, it's sad to see both those guys go. But best of luck to them in their future endeavors, and whenever they want to come back or restart their career, Third ID is always going to be there, and they always have a place in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to move on to the game changes. First, we're going to touch on Arma. We have two different talking points. We're going to brush on in Arma. First of which being the Arma Shinema. Is that how it's pronounced? Arma Shinema.
Yeah.
The Arma Shinema Awards. Sadly, I was a little late to this one. It ended on today, February 13th. That was the last one they were going to do, and they were doing it in cooperation with NVIDIA. They started a competition to pick the ultimate machinima among the Arma 3 content creators. The submission deadline was today, February 13th. If you want to date this podcast, members of the community will be able to vote on the select 10 finalists. After that, Arma 3 development team will choose the winners of the several top-tier graphics cards provided by NVIDIA. With already more than 35 entries, there's already been plenty of watch for everybody. And they, sadly enough, they closed it down, so we can't do anything with that. But actually, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I'm going to submit one of our videos. I'm going to submit our recruitment video to that because it doesn't close till midnight tonight. So guess what? Third ID is entered into that contest. Bam. That was a close one. I almost missed this opportunity. And I just realized I was going to do it right now. So you guys listening, you're a part of Third ID history. Even though we might win, we're gonna win. Um, and they posted a couple pictures about some of the new people that entered the contest on their Twitter account, which you guys should follow Armor Twitter if you're curious about it. And uh, their luckily their mic office is well equipped with all necessary supplies for heating. They have access to a main battle tank. It stands in front of their office in Switzerland. No, in the Czech Republic rather.
Hmm.
So yeah, they have a tank. We need a tank. We need a tank detachment. We should do that
Uh,
because I
we
saw a video of tanks drifting through the snow, and I want to do that.
unfortunately, in armor you can't drift in the snow in a tank, but you know, I think once we get a little bit bigger, maybe we'll, discuss a detachment for, heavy tanks or heavy armor. But we did have a light armor with the Bradleys when Sergeant First Class Jenkins was platoon sergeant. So um, it's a very high possibility, but we got to get those constant, steady numbers of soldiers that want to stay in to do that.
I am perfectly okay with not having a tank detachment, and here's my reason: because if you start dropping M1A1s and Bradleys, that means that Alive is going to start getting happy, and they're going to start dropping like T-72s and T-70s, and we're going to have to fight that.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
perfectly fine with not fighting those.
but you also got to think once we fight against a force on force, meaning another nation that's not insurgent, then we're gonna have to utilize the tanks and those heavy weapons that we are so destined to use. So
Whatever happens, they said I'm gonna do exactly what I did the first time I encountered a BTR. I told them, everybody take your AT4s out and empty rain down as much hell on them as you can, and hopefully we're gonna disable it. And you know what? It worked.
that's also another effective way.
If you can't get a good angle on it, just keep hammering until you basically force the crew to get out. But that's pretty much all that was covered with SIRAP 00185, and Lieutenant Simmons here is going to talk about 86.
So 8.6 pretty much goes about the ArmorNet podcast, ambient conclusion, improvement, server monetization, extension. Um, So the situation, the development team is now preparing a release candidate build of update 1.68 for public testing. If things go well, we intend to make it available for the community later this week. Internally, we're also very much in the production phase of all this year's planned additions, which are now all starting to come together nicely. Intelligence. Latest Dell photo shows the commitment of ArmorNet podcast hosts Reaver and Dagger to present their audience with new episodes, which a Bohemia Interactive project leads. Uh, Petr Kolar? I don't know the lead's name.
Petrocola,
Yeah, and George Zan Van Lant. I'm just like chopping their names up.
it's it's Horus.
Yeah, finally making their appearance on the show. The four of them discuss the turbulent history of Armor 3 development, explain some decisions that shaped the become of Armor 3 as we know it now, and provide a glimpse into the future of the games and platform. We recommend subscribing to their show for interesting segments like units, discussions, mod maker interviews, scenario design, tips, and all other things. Armor 3, kudos to the podcast crew, and we hope we'll talk again. And they show a little Twitter right there.
Again, follow the Armor 3 Twitter for official up-to-date dev photos from the Armor 3 creators themselves.
Exactly. And they also give a special shout out to the Isil Dawala map terrain that was made by Icebreaker. That map is pretty intense. Like it's crazy.
We need to negotiate. That's for our next nation of freedom we have to deliver to.
Yeah.
We have to deliver freedom to Ayla Duela. I don't know the name. Duala.
Yeah, I said Duala.
Yeah, that nation needs freedom.
Yeah. I think we've been there before. I think we actually been there before. I think it
Well,
was
I
a little.
wasn't here, so it doesn't count.
I think we had a little small special forces team to go out there and recon the area, and then it just, I think it got a little bit too complicated to keep up with the missions.
That's fine. I can work something out. I'm sure through a lot of like caffeinated um, all nighters, we can make it work.
Yeah.
I'm not volunteering for that, just so you know.
Yeah. I always want to do like a little, side mission to, extend the storyline, but some people don't have that good mission skills to actually put the thing in action. So I'm trying to work on that, but it's
We'll
whatever.
talk after this. I got some ideas. I don't
Okay.
want everybody to steal my ideas, so got a little audience here right now.
Yeah. But also the 186 also says developing animations and adding characters in real virtual reality engine is one of the most difficult tasks, both ourselves and in our community. However, practice makes perfect, and so Mondo Calb, animation lead of Bohemia Interactive Simulations, came up with rather a creative way of tweaking the animation sources and show off his mastery of tech. The author describes his admirable goals for the release as the main reason for this release is to get the sources out for others to learn from. It's a fully independent character set up in Armor 3 using all the things there are: animations, rag dogs, weapons, clothes swapping, head and face textures, lip movement, and of course hats. Watching those yellow bricks toy characters come to life and ragdolling on Armor 3 terrains is one of the most hilarious yet educational things we've seen in a while. So it's pretty much a new animations are probably, coming to Armor 3 in the next, few weeks or whatever. So I'm really looking forward to that, to see those animations come in.
Okay, it'd be nice to have a bunch of new animations in Armor other than the I wave, I point, and I fist.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
But moving on to Insurgency, because we have a limited time slot to fill here.
Yep.
The Insurgency came out with a patch on February 8th. They also came out with one on February 9th, but it's just more or less hot fixes, just fixing the patch that came out on the 8th, so I'm not going to get into what came out on the 9th. But on the 8th, they added BattleEye Anti-Cheat to official multiplayer playlist, so it'll be a lot harder for people to hack in the game. They added restricted areas and spawn zones. They now appear on the tactical map. Reduce the amount of players required to enable multi-point mode and ambush from 16 to 10. Increase penetration power of the UMP 45 and the AKS 774U. And they added a slight delay to the crawl animation before you can move while prone. This allows the player to make slight adjustments without the weapon being lowered. There's a bunch more stuff. They added some more stuff to competitive. They removed ambush and skirmish from competitive lists. They made the capture time increase from 25 seconds to 20. And they did a couple of visual improvements. They improved the stability and performance of the overall game on different graphics cards and different OSs. They reduced the effectiveness of heavy armor against 9mm rounds, revised the cost and availability of weapons and upgrades, revised class makeup, the foregrips ability to the security rifleman 3 supply, and the insurgents sapper to TOZ and 1 supply. Supply is awarded to a player on death in addition to touching the spawn zone. The shotgun damage and penetration is increased slightly. They fixed an error model when the secure demolition class had no armor, and they fixed the holographic sight and the ×1 red dot that was missing from some of the key classes. That's all the things that came out in Insurgency and all that stuff you can look forward to. If you want to get an actual readout of all this stuff, it's going to be on the Insurgency group on Steam. It's on the Insurgency news. Just go to your game if you have it, go to news, and all that's posted. Or just load the game up and it's going to tell you all the stuff I'm saying now. Moving on to America's Army. This one's fairly short. All it's just a bunch of map fixes from the last one. There is a they fixed treehouse penetration issue on Raptors, and they fixed the fire hydrant penetration. Fixed the unintentional pixel walk on ledge to downtown. Just a bunch of fixes and like the hot fixes or whatever. And they updated loading screens and added more movies into the game. So I think they have about 50 movies now. So I guess they have 60. They didn't give a number, but I'm just ballparking to be about that. And I just closed out my script. But anyway, do you play America's Army?
I tried. When I say I tried, I actually tried to play America's Army. I probably got a few kills here and there, but mostly my deaths were more than my kills. So
I try sometime, but I'm not amazing, but I make it work. So,
yeah.
as was stated earlier, it's the raffle time. So I said this last month, and I'll say it again. Raffle's coming up, so we need everyone. Like on, if you want to get some of the cool prizes, go and get a raffle ticket. I bought one myself. How many did you buy?
I actually have not bought a raffle ticket yet.
Oh, you should. You know what they're giving away this month?
I I don't know. It's just eh.
So basically, the raffle ticket. Well, we're giving away the secondary prizes. We have the retro third ID shirt, the third division baseball cap, or shot, basic shot glass, coffee mug, or pint glass, depending on your age. What you get. And the grand prize, what everybody wants, is the gaming computer chair valued at $150. And each ticket is $10. And every time you buy a ticket, then you get entered in once. So you can buy as many tickets as you want and do whatever you like with it. One guy, the last person that won the optical tracking IR headset was Warrant Officer Horner, and he bought one ticket, exactly one ticket. Other people bought like six and they didn't win. So throw some in there. You never know. He paid $10 for something that costs $180. So by all means, well, I still made it one. But anyway, by all means, go buy some tickets. All profits go to Third ID and keeping the lights on, keeping everybody happy, and making sure everybody has something to look forward to. The drawing will officially be taken on uh, the April ceremony. So the at the April ceremony is when the prize will be awarded, which will be, look at the calendar, see what that is. That'll be April the 2nd. So April 2nd, they'll do the drawing, and congratulations, you'll get whatever. You'll get one of the prizes if you win. Now, moving on, we have two schools that are active. We're going to talk about the school that came up. The first school that we're going to talk about is a War Leadership course, class of 1701. So, Lieutenant Simmons, aren't you going to be at that course?
I probably won't be able to make it.
Okay.
But if my schedule lets me, then yeah, I would be there. I would try to make it and show my support for those future NCOs and whatnot. But
All right. I'm well. So far, the lead instructors, Captain Cantu, co-instructors are Master Sergeant Funk, First Sergeant Went, Sergeant First Class Jackman, and myself, Staff Sergeant Johnson. I gotta get some armor people in there because I'm the only one. But war leadership class, if anyone wants to be a corporal or a sergeant, well, you can be approved to make corporal, but you have to take the next one that comes around. But you can't make sergeant, you can't make staff sergeant, you can't make sergeant for class without getting this class completed. So if you want to get any high ranking NCO position, you have to do this class. It basically is a 2 day course where it's 2 to 3 hours per day, and this is going to be hosted on the February 25th and February 26th, around 1400 Eastern. And if you're curious about it, just go to the course sign up and you can go there and sign up for it. The minimum qualifications, you must be a minimal rank of either an E4, specialist, or corporal, time in service of at least 2 months minimum, and you have to be recommended by your first line leader, which is your fire team leader or your squad leader, depending on what your job is. And you have to be able to make the class times. So throwing this out there to everybody, go to that class. Everyone is going to have to do it if you want to get higher rank. You did it, didn't you? A long time
Yeah,
ago.
yes, I actually that was one of the things that I was stuck in my head pretty much. Um, real military, you have to go to WLC, LC, SLC to achieve that next rank. If not, then you will not go nowhere. You will not get rank. You won't, get to that next level. So we try to make the unit as much as a reflector to the real army. So for my guys already know that if you do not have WLC, and you're in a um, squad leader position or FTL position, your chances of getting promoted is a slim to none. Um, but sometimes I do give waivers because if you are in a squad leader position and you miss WLC for some kind of reason, sick or whatever, can't make it, then I will put in a waiver for you to get promoted. But just know that when that next WLC class come, you must attend that next WLC class, or I will strip the rank away. It's mean, but I'm trying to put the standard up as well. So
Luckily, I finished both my WLC and ALC, so I'm pretty much set for whenever I want to go.
oh yeah. Yeah, you're pretty much set. So the only thing you need to do is, get promoted to Sergeant First Class and then do SLC and then there you go.
See, that's what I'm talking. Wait, do we have SLC? What's that?
So
Oh, do
that's
we have that course here?
so it's Warriors Leaders course or Basic Leaders course for E4 and above, for E4 and E5s. Uh, ALC is Advanced Leadership course. It's pretty much for those that's trying to get E6 and whatnot. So SLC is for Senior Leadership course. Um, Pretty much all the E7s, pretty much E6 that's trying to be looked at for E7s in the Army, they get SLC and make sure that's done. So
Oh, okay, makes sense. But moving on to the other course that we have, time limit. America's Army Proving Grounds has an airborne school on the 25th of February. Also, the class will last approximately 1 to 2 hours, and it's going to be at 2000 Eastern. The minimum rank required is E2 PV2, and you must be approved by your squad leader and mustered in for that week. So if you don't have any of those things achieved, you can't go. So if you're private training, go to basic training. Get that knocked out. Because I think in APG it's a 1 day course. So there's no reason why you can't. And armor guys, if you and armor and I don't know if it's the same way, but armor, you do not get credit. You can attend it, but you do not get credit as if attending an armor airborne school. So um, if you like to go just to see how it is, by all means, go for it. More people the merrier. But if you're APG, and I'm not sure if Insurgency gets credit for it, but I wouldn't see why not. Then you can go there and it'll get assigned because Insurgency doesn't have an airborne school, so I would believe that they could. But I'm going to approve that with other people before I make that. Staff on Johnson says yes. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just the news. But
also, I want to add on to that the airborne school. So after this last day of R&R, it behooves those that are not airborne qualified to get qualified because wink wink, Q hint, there's supposed to be a mission that involves airborne personnel. So if you're not airborne qualified, it behooves you to get qualified, and so you can participate in that mission. So
I
that's coming,
mean,
that's coming
wink,
straight
wink,
from Major
nudge. I
himself.
may or may not get another star on my badge. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that didn't happen last week. I would be so salty. You have no idea because I have to leave. I couldn't be here for it. I have a bad memory of everyone's school, but we talk about that every time. But now we get to go to my favorite part of the ceremony. Not ceremony, but podcast. Is your favorite part?
I guess.
It is the man behind the rank section. For all you folks out there who don't know, Man Behind the Rank is a section of the podcast where we sit down with a person as a guest and we talk to them. We get to know them because you see them in their office all day. You see them at the briefings. You see their name written all over the forums with all the paperwork they're posting, but you don't really know them. You don't really see, like, you might be too nervous to sit down with them and talk to them, or maybe they might be just be too busy, or you might be too busy. This is here to show you that there are people too. They have lives. Some of us have lives, but this just is basically tell you more about them. So, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, first of all, let's start with something really easy. What's your first name?
So my first name is Quentin. Is Quentin. A lot of people spell it wrong, but it's Quentin.
Who named you that?
My cousin actually named me that when I was little, as my mom told me. So kudos to him.
Do you know why?
No, I don't. They never told me. So they were just like, "Hey, how about Quentin?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that sounds good as a baby."
Just throw it out there. It's like, yeah. Do you have any brothers and sisters? That's a later question, but I'm just curious about that.
Yes, I do have siblings. I do have two twin sisters that are in college right now, and I do have an older brother that's in Texas. So yes, I do.
Oh, what part of Texas?
Dallas Fort Worth area.
See, I was just there today. Like, me and him could have chilled out. But anyway, but I was just curious because their names also just go, "Oh, this is your first child. What do you want to name her or him?" Uh, let's name her that. All right. There's no debates.
Yeah.
Okay, so got favorite food?
My favorite food is actually chicken spaghetti. It is phenomenal. I love chicken spaghetti.
My mom loves cooking that. Do you like onions in yours or not really?
It doesn't matter. As long as it's chicken spaghetti, it's fine by me.
So are you saying you can be bribed?
Yes.
Okay, I remember that. You're in Kansas right now, aren't you?
I am Colorado right now.
Colorado. I remember that next time I'm in Colorado that you can easily be bribed.
Yep. Bring me some chicken spaghetti. You can get whatever you want.
All right, we'll have to work that out. So, when's your birthday?
My birthday is September 3rd, 1992.
I'm older than you.
Yes, you are. I am
Yeah.
24, going to be 25 this year.
I'm getting old. LT, why you do this to me?
Hey, ain't my fault you getting old.
I need to get First Sergeant in here so he can make me feel young again.
Ain't my fault you getting old.
Hey, time waits for no man. But for a woman, it better like skip a step or something.
Yep.
So, any kids?
I have no kids. Not that I know of. I don't have any kids though.
I mean, traveling all over the place, military style. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't have any kids though. Not that I know of.
Yeah,
If I
keep it
do,
tucked away.
yeah, if I do, then I haven't been informed.
Oh well, I got some news for you. We actually
No,
have some of your kids on stage.
no, no.
Remember that time you came to visit me and we were like really drunk?
Uh, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So what state are you from?
I am originally from Arkansas.
Oh yeah, well, you told me that earlier when I just got back from there. It's your home state.
Yeah, it's my home state. The city of Little Rock is where I'm officially from and born and raised. So
I was close to that. I was about 3 hours away from that. Too bad you don't live there.
yeah, it's pretty bad out there. So
Yeah, I just stayed in Fort Smith the whole time.
yeah,
But I will say the weather it's erratic, just like Texas. It'll be 29 one day and then 81 the next. Like what?
it's weird.
Anyway, so what do you do for a living?
So I am actually a supply specialist, logistics supply specialist in the United States Army. I've been doing it for about 6 years. So that's pretty much what I do for a living. So
So you get to so you're basically the person that just requisitions everything. You get a big list and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna get that.
yeah, so pretty much, I pretty much order um, equipment for the vehicles or the aircraft. So if an aircraft need a blade, like a rotary blade, I order a rotary blade, which is like $148,000 if I might add. So For each blade,
Wow.
it's $148,000. So
Okay, there's your tax dollars, folks. If you
exactly,
wonder where it went.
and I'm talking about that's just for the 60 blade. Chinook blade is probably about 200,000 for each
Oh
blade.
wow.
So it's pretty
Don't
expensive.
break anything.
So yeah.
So you basically order all the supplies. Are you gonna
Yes.
go stay in for the whole 25, or you gonna get out soon?
No, I'm getting out quite soon. Matter of fact, I ETS May. Yeah, May
So
30th
you're
this year.
getting out when I'm getting in.
Yeah. So you're
Awesome.
getting in back in what, Air Force, right?
If they'll take me, but Air Force is making me jump through way too many hoops. And I already told them, like, and Army already gave me a deal saying, look, if you want to come back, you can come back, you can come to us. But, and I'm like, oh, there's the but. I was waiting for the but. And they told me, but you have to go through basic training again, and we're going to start you off at 2 pay grades lower than you left at.
So the funny thing is the Army is really trying to keep their guys to stay in because they don't let too many people too many people go. So they trying to actually say, hey, if you extend for like 12 months, you get $10,000. Like we're gonna extend you for $10,000. Or if you enlist for like 2 more years or 3 more years, we give you 13,000 so you can stay in. So they've been trying to get a lot of people to re-enlist and stay in and whatnot, but
And you going to take that deal?
I am not taking that deal. I am done.
First sergeant going to slap the hell out of you if you take that deal.
I am not taking that deal.
Oh, man. So, do you have any tattoos?
I do not. I am naked. I have no body art whatsoever.
Oh, man. How have you been in the military and don't have any kind of body art?
I don't know. I'm just one of those guys that don't really care too much about tattoos.
Are you afraid of needles or just not really something you're a fan of?
No, it's just I never really thought about getting tattoos. I really don't see any.
Me and you, we're gonna get a tattoo together.
What are they gonna say? What they gonna say?
It's gonna say like best friends, and then you're gonna get forever. And we'll put like a little dog tags in the middle, so we put our fists together and make a dog tag.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I mean that was my suggestion. What's yours?
How about no tattoo at all?
Ah, you boring as hell. Anyway, so if you can have any superpower for 24 hours, what would it be?
So any superpower, I would like to have flight. I don't know. It's just something about flying I like to do. Even in the plane, I was excited. Even when I was little, I was excited about airplanes. But just having the superpower to fly, that would be such an awesome thing.
That sounds awesome. Like when we're talking like flight, you mean like you want to go like Mach 6 or whatever, just shooting through the air, breaking sound barriers.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, I see that. The only I like flight, but the thing is, I'm afraid of heights. When I'm in a plane, I'm fine because I know the plane is stable. But if I'm like up there in the sky, for some reason, I'm gonna think the plane's gonna like turn off and I'm gonna just fall. So that's why
Yeah,
I'm terrified of that ability.
I used to have heights. I don't think you can really get rid of heights, but I used to have heights. I used to be scared, but I'm not really afraid of it anymore. Excuse me.
So when you're not working in third ID, what do you do for fun?
I like to really relax. I really like to plan out my next move of what I'm going to do. Like besides being a third ID, pretty much since I'm getting out, I've been really trying to focus on what I'm going to do after the military. So I like to pre-plan. That's what I like to do and relax.
Okay, so basically, when you're not in third ID, you plan for your retirement.
Yes.
That sounds boring as hell.
Hey, you got to plan. If you don't plan, you don't want to just be thrown out of there to the wolves.
I can picture you now, like you log out of like an operation, like all right, operation done, AR typed up. All right, time to go and check on my 401k. Hey, whatever you do for fun. Hey, I'm no judge. I'm judging you a little bit, but you can have that. All right. So, do you have? Well, what's your favorite kind of music?
I'm more of the R&B and hip hop and rap thing. I like that. I listen to a little bit of country. but I don't know too much about country, singers, anything like that. Sometimes, but more of the hip hop and R&B and rap. So
What's the first artist that pops into your head?
for what hip hop?
Any genre.
Huh? So for rap, I like Lil Wayne. He's pretty good.
He's alright.
He haven't really came with anything lately. So I mean,
He's alright.
back in like 2000, 2000, 2, 3, and 4, he was pretty hot back then. But
Yeah. I
oh
mean,
man,
that laugh is what got me. Like, he would sing a song and be like, "It's like a lollipop," and he would laugh
yeah,
like that every time.
yeah, yeah, he's an awkward one. He's awkward, but
Yeah,
he
but
he
I will
makes.
admit his mixtapes. Oh my god, that was fire! Like, oh,
Oh yeah,
mm.
that's pretty much what I listen to is his mixtapes, like No
But
Ceilings, um, the Carter.
yeah,
What?
but his recorded stuff, I didn't like his recorded albums. But his mixtapes, oh, they killed it.
Yeah,
So, do you have any nicknames?
I do. My aunt and well, my dad and my dad's side of my family called me Quinn Quinn, which is just Queen Quinn Quinn. So, I mean that's what my grandmother called me all the time. So they just it just stuck with me. And I just adopted it and like okay, that's my nickname, Quinn Quinn. So
You see, I just I would really love to call you that, but Simmons just rolled off the tongue better.
yeah, yeah.
It just matches.
It's like how the meme say, "Hey, when somebody call you by your government name, be like, what is that? I have not heard that name in so long." That's how I'm gonna feel. That's how I'm gonna feel when I get out the military. It's like I have not heard that name in so long. Why are you calling me that name? So
Exactly. Like people, when I was in, they used to call me my real name, like call me by Johnson, and then they started like when I get home and see my family, they call me Jazzy, and I'm like, damn, I forgot that was my name.
yeah, it happens. It happens.
So, what's your biggest pet peeve? Getting called Quinn Quinn?
No, my biggest pet peeve is like talking. Saying what comes to your head or your mind or whatever, not thinking of what you're gonna say before you say it. Um, because if I have I in the military, I have to deal with brand new privates and whatnot, and they say what comes out their mouth and don't even think about it, and it pisses me off to the point that I just get frustrated and I just like what, don't talk to me ever again because what you just said, you could have just thought it out first before saying it. But that's my biggest pet peeve. Just pretty
So
much
you had
not.
that moment where like you like what's that movie called? That movie Adam Sandler's like in that spelling bee or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Say again. What
You
was
know
that?
that movie Adam Sandler's like in that spelling bee and he's like trying to like graduate college or something. Happy Gilmore, I think the name was.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, that's it. And he was like, "What you just said is like there is nothing in that entire rambling of incoherent thoughts that is ending close to a relatable answer. Everyone in this room is now dumber for what you just had said and what we have witnessed. I award
Yeah.
you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul."
Yeah, I remember Billy Madison. That is a hilarious movie.
That one scene got had me rolling. Like every time I see it, it's just hilarious. That's what you think when you look at those privates.
Exactly.
You got privates here that do that to you.
Yeah.
Don't say names, but
Yeah, I do. I do. I do. But like you said, I'm not gonna say any names. I mean, it's a learning tool for them, and it's a learning tool for me to say "woosah" when they ask me a question, and just think like, "Hey, private, just
hey,
think what you just said."
I ask you dumb questions all the time, and you just answer it, and I just wander off. I know. I just come back like a little bit later, going, I would ask you a question, and then as you're typing, I just go, wait, wait, wait. I just answered it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Ah, man. So, do you have any guilty pleasures?
yes, I do. So The most embarrassing thing that happened to me was in basic training. So, you
No, no,
know,
we're not time for that yet. It's guilty pleasure time.
I don't have any more guilty pleasures. It's just that one.
Oh, guilty pleasure. What do you like to do that no one else that you're embarrassed that people find out about? Like Majors, what's he like to watch? He likes to watch like old sitcoms of like weird things.
Hmm. You know what? I watch anime. That's what I watch.
You know, that is a good guilty pleasure because I watch maybe one or two animes and that's pretty much it.
Unfortunately, I watch Dragon Ball Z Super and I love it. Dragon Ball Z will always be my
Is
life.
Dragon Ball Z super good? Because I haven't gotten a chance to get into it yet.
It is phenomenal.
Okay.
It has gotten to the point that they're fighting gods now, and I love it.
Oh, they
It's
did that
hilarious.
in the movies.
Yeah, Lord Beerus and Whis and all them. Yeah,
Yeah, it said that Lord Beerus was supposed to be like the second strongest person in the galaxy, and Whis was supposed to be like, who do you think trained me? It's like, oh damn.
yeah. Like Whis is the strongest one, and Lord Beerus is like the second strongest, and Goku is like the third strongest. So
Pretty much. And they train together on a regular basis now. I think that's kind of cool.
yeah, they pretty much training them up. Him and Vegeta, Beerus, and Whis. They're training up the two scenes. So
But yeah, that's a good one. So name something you can never live without.
something I could not live without. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
Like a cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi, anything like that.
I can live without Wi-Fi. I don't really need. I can do other stuff to, occupy my mind. But I'm gonna have to say, family. Can't live without family.
Cheers to that one. I love my family.
I am a big family-oriented person.
That's good. Um, name something on your bucket list.
The one thing on my bucket list I want to do is skydive. I know it's crazy, but it's something I always want to do is skydive from a plane.
I'm sure Top could tandem with you, strap him to your back.
You said what?
I'm sure Top could tandem with you.
Yeah,
Just strap him to your back and you push you both out of plane. I'll even have the honors of pushing you both out of plane.
yeah. Top would be like, yeah, you can go on your own. I'm not doing that. I did my time. I'm not doing it no more. You do that.
All right. So name your favorite movie and why.
My favorite movie is The Color Purple.
That is so cliche.
I love The Color Purple. That is my movie.
Who's your favorite character?
I gotta say, silly.
Yeah,
Silly
Miss
is.
Seeley's.
Miss
Oh
Silly
man.
got me wrote. Matter of fact, as soon as I'm getting done with this podcast, I'm gonna go watch that.
Oh man. Miss Seeley. Miss Seeley.
You told Harpo to beat me.
You the
That
one that told Harpo to beat me. I love Harpo. God knows I do, but I killed him there if I let him beat me.
yeah, that is my movie.
Oh man. Okay. Okay, you brought up some memories I wasn't ready to tell. It's been a minute since I saw that movie. But all right. So we're at your favorite part. You can tell your basic training story now. You so this is tell a funny story. Tell a funny story about an embarrassing moment that happened to you.
So speaking of, basic training. All right, brand new private Simmons, basic training on the range or whatever. And I had a female company commander. All right, so she was kind of nice, but I, being a private, not knowing the rules on the range, me and my battle buddy, as we call our, battles or whatever, friends or whatever, our teammates, friends or whatever. Okay, me and him, we was talking, chilling or whatever, because we was on the range detail. I think I think we was on the range detail, and she happened to come up. So I called us to attention, and I gave her a salute. When I say that was the worst idea that I ever did, like she went from a nice lady to Satan. Like she went to Satan. Like private, don't ever salute me on the range. You're trying to get me shot, this and that. I'm like, whoa, man. I'm like, hold up. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Like I didn't. hey, I will never do it again. So
Sniper check.
yeah, it was a sniper check moment. Like, don't you ever salute me ever on the field or on the range. And I was like, yes, ma'am, I will not do it again.
Oh man, we always do checks like that. Like even in Arma, we'll run around and we'll find a random person we don't like and just yell sniper check, pop a salute, and run off. Oh man,
I
was it like one of those short runs?
was on the way.
Was your commander? Was she a short woman?
No, she wasn't short. She was she was pretty much my height because I'm 6'2", but she was probably like a little shorter or whatnot. But she was kind of built manly a little bit. She was kind of built a little bit, and I mean, she was soft spoken, but at the same time, when you like do something wrong, she turns to Satan. Like I shit you not, she turns to Satan.
Damn, I like to meet her. We got so much in common.
I think her name was Captain Quills. Yeah, her name was Captain Quill. I think.
And that was in basic training.
Yep, that was my basic training
Messed
company
up.
commander.
Messed up. Oh yeah, messed up.
I couldn't remember my first sergeant. He was mean. I ain't like him.
Most first sergeants are.
Like no, he was unbelievable mean. Like he just didn't like nobody at all. He didn't even like his damn drill sergeant. Like it was just that.
Damn. All right, so tell me about your proudest achievement.
My proudest achievement was actually enlisting in the military. Um,
But you're waiting to
like,
get out.
well, that's gonna be something else though. But like literally, like seriously, like my proudest achievement was enlisting in the military because if I did not enlist in the military, I'd probably still be stuck in mom's house. Probably getting a Walgreens or McDonald's or something. I mean, ain't nothing wrong working there, but and where I'm from, people get stuck at where you're from, where I'm from. So I didn't want to be one of those statistics to be stuck in Arkansas. So I was like, you know what? I know mom said join ROTC, JRTC, or whatever and whatnot, but I think I'm gonna just do the military so I can go ahead and get out of her house and expand my horizon. And that's what I did. And I think it was a great move that I did, and I'm proud of what I did. So
Well, there you go. You made a move and it actually worked out. So you got any
exactly.
plans for after the military?
So after the military, I was talking Gilmore. He wants me, well, Top. He wants me to go to the same school he's going to do flight, but I was like, I don't like to fly, so I don't want to fly just yet. I want to take it easy and whatnot. So I so I'm gonna go to school for criminal justice, pretty much police, law enforcement, and all that stuff. And then after a while of that, probably go into the police academy and hopefully do that and have fun with that. Start a new career.
Sounds good. Well, I wish the best for you, and hopefully you still got time for us.
Yeah, hopefully that is one thing that I'm looking at too, is hopefully I have enough time for third ID because if I don't, then I might have to put in that retirement and be like, yeah, I don't have the
Staff Sergeant
time.
Johnson for slot me.
Hey, I recommend Staff Sergeant Johnson to be OCS. Hey, there you go.
That's how it works, right? That's exactly how it works.
But
See,
yeah,
I got
I
the
have to look
recording
at that.
now, so when people start doubting me, I can say, Lieutenant Simmons, he said he recommended me. I got it right there, tape. I even I'll even put like a little auto tune on it just so the message gets delivered better. But anyway, but good to see you got things all planned out, and I'm excited to see where you go in your life. And hopefully, you got time for us. If you don't, then hey, Godspeed, and don't like you better send me a bunch of pictures on Facebook.
I will.
But moving on to our last talking piece, man of the month is over. I mean, man of the month. Well, technically, you are man of the month, but man behind the rank. That's the last thing we want to cover. How do you think you did? Made it through okay?
Yes, it's quite easy.
Yeah, I gotta make it harder. Gotta ask some more like thought-provoking questions. Make them sweat.
Don't do that.
Should don't. Mm. Anyway, so we're gonna go on to our next thing, our mod of the month. And Lieutenant Simmons, you brought us a mod today to talk about, correct?
Yes, so I want to discuss the RHS U.S. Armed Forces. Um, I love that mod. That mod has it is to the T of what the actual military has in the United States. From M4s to sniper rifles to vehicles being precise, accurate. Being accurate. So I like the U.S. Armed Forces RHS mod, that portion of it, because it just shows the firepower and how much the army, the U.S. has to offer and to flex when it goes to war with other countries or nations. So I like it.
That's probably one of my favorite mods is the whole RHS, but in particular, RHS UAF. I'm in love with it. It perfectly shows Marines and Army. It's the best thing ever. And the people were wondering, Arma 3 was built to be more of a futuristic game, with more like advanced prototype weaponry. And we have to have this mod, so we have more modern day stuff. So we literally could not do our job without this mod. So great job to Red Hammer Studios for putting this out there for us.
Exactly. Kudos to them. And you're correct. Armor 3 is a futuristic setting, and that's what threw a lot of people off.
So if you're curious about the mod, there's a link in the description right below. It's going to have an enlistment application for anybody who's interested in joining. You listen to the podcast not in the unit. Fine, drop an enlistment application. We're always looking for more members. We play Insurgency, Arma 3, and America's Army Proving Grounds. And chances are you're looking at Arma 3 footage right now because I have a bunch recorded, so I'm going to be using that. And if I can't find any, then you're looking at APG right now. But that's about all we have to cover. Got anything else you want to throw in there?
Oh, that's it.
All right. Well, permission to drop a stream.
Drop.
All right. So this is Staff Sergeant Johnson and
First Lieutenant Simmons
reporting out. Stay across the third ID. Rocket the Mars. Cool.